Hello everyone, and welcome to another lesson in astrology, where we are learning and studying astrology together. Today we are going to talk about the zodiac sign of Aquarius. This is lesson 11. We're almost done the zodiac signs, and then we'll move on to the planets. The information that I'm about to share with you has been obtained from a variety of books and internet research. The books that I've used to gather this information are listed in the description box below if you're interested in knowing what they are. We are still doing tarot readings on this channel. This is something that I'm doing in addition to the tarot readings for those of you who may be interested in learning more about astrology. You should also know that unless you are an Aquarius sun, moon, and rising, you are not going to resonate with all of the traits that I mentioned in this video. If you do not know what your sun, your moon, and your, of course you know your sun. If you do not know what your moon and your rising signs are, there is also a link in the description box below where you can go and get a free astrology chart, but you will need your exact time of birth in order for it to be accurate. Since I am in the process of learning astrology, I would also like you to leave a comment below with a percentage rate, like 50% if you feel like you resonate with half of it, 75% if you resonate with most of it. I mean, I really doubt that anyone is going to put 100%, but put 100% if you resonate with all of it. If there is a subject in astrology that you are interested in learning more about, you can also leave that in the comment section below. But with that said, let's get on with today's lesson, Aquarius. I do have some notes, guys, because the last couple videos, there was so much information that I forgot to tell you. So you will probably see me looking at my notes on occasion. Anyway, I am going to start off with the fact that Aquarius is the water bearer. They're a fixed air sign. Their traditional ruler is Saturn, and their modern ruler is Uranus, the planet of change, disruption, the unconventional, and the unexpected. The Aquarius keyword is I know. The body parts ruled by Aquarius are the shins, ankles, circulatory system. They can be prone to ankle sprains, varicose veins, and possibly difficulties with their arteries. Their birthstone is an amethyst. Okay, so Aquarius is the sign of our hopes, dreams, wishes, and friends. The symbol of the water bearer is very fitting for them because they want to bring the people water. They are known as a humanitarian, and they want to help people in any way that they can. They are concerned with the welfare of other people, and they also tend to be focused on the larger issues of the world. You will notice that a lot of Aquarians are interested in current world news events and politics. You might see an Aquarius up on a stage at a podium making a speech about the rights of others. You might see them protesting in the streets for something that they feel has the possibility of changing the world and making it better for others. Like, that's what they're focused on. They may not even be directly involved in what they are protesting or what they are speaking about. How can I explain this? So let's say that an Aquarius has a friend, and this friend calls them and says, hey, guess what happened to us at our work? You know, they are forcing us to work longer hours, and they're also cutting our pay at the same time. You know, an Aquarian might get like angry and say, they can't do that. You know, you should go on strike, or I'm going to come over and I'm going to protest with you, or, you know, something to that effect, because they're helping another person to possibly change the world. Now, because they are a fixed air sign, it is very difficult to change an Aquarius's mind or have them see another person's point of view. They tend to have very strong, firm opinions, and once they're fixed on something, they just don't change their mind easily. If an Aquarius is a Democrat, there is nothing that you can say as a person to make them change and become a Republican. They will argue with you all day and insist that the Democrats are better for whatever reason. Aquarius loves a good intellectual argument. If they believe in something strongly, they won't compromise their opinion. They will listen to another person's point of view, but they rarely take their suggestions into consideration. They just don't like to recognize that maybe their opinion or maybe their idea isn't always the best or isn't always what works in the real world. They can actually sabotage themselves sometimes by insisting on doing something their way. They can be known to have a little bit of a harsh tongue, but that's just because they believe in something so strongly. They actually enjoy mind challenges. Their symbol, the symbol for Aquarius, if you look at it, I'll try to remember to put it up on the screen before I post this video, but it looks like brain waves. So that's how you can remember their symbol. They're always using their mind to think. Aquarians like to be independent. They like to be original. They are unpredictable and tend to be rebellious in some way. It's just that they don't want to do anything that is traditional. Like Taurus is a very traditional sign. A Taurus would go to college and get their degree, get a good job, meet a person, get married, buy a house, have children, where Aquarius says, I want to buy a house today and I want to have a baby tomorrow and I want to go to college after that. Like they just want to do things their own way. They like to chart their own course and they don't care what other people think about it. They don't want to do what other people are doing. They not only sing their own song, but they create their own music. And because of this, they end up discovering new and exciting things. Aquarius is known as the genius of the zodiac. They are the inventors of our future. They are the trendsetters of the world. Other people may look at them and say that they have crazy ideas or they do things in a strange way. Like an example of that would be maybe they were the first one to take like a matchstick and stick it in a cake and sing happy birthday to someone, and everybody else stood around and was like, what are you doing? This is so weird. But along came the birthday candle. Maybe they were the first one to stick a hose over top of a bathtub and pour water, let the water come down on someone's head. And everyone looked at them and said, what are you doing? That's weird. And they were like, along came the shower. Aquarius is a very important zodiac sign. They are an asset to the world. Like without them, things would never change. Everything would stay the same. They're most likely very honest. They don't tell lies and they don't judge other people either. They accept everyone as who they are and they think that everyone deserves the right to be their own unique self. They won't change themselves to fit in either. Example of that, like let's say that they had an opportunity to meet the President of the United States. They're just going to walk in there and just be themselves. They're not going to go in there like a Gemini would adapt to a situation and change themselves in order to fit in. An Aquarius just walks right in their jeans and their sneakers or whatever it is and says, this is me, take it or leave it. They don't want to be like other people. They believe that everyone should live and let live. Now let's talk about friends. Aquarius is the ruler of friends. They make friends everywhere they go. They talk to everyone. They don't usually have time for best friends. I'm not saying that they don't have best friends, but they probably have multiple best friends or massive amounts of friends. Just that their friends are very important to them. Of course, they most likely belong to groups, clubs, organizations. They have a jam-packed calendar of events. You will see Aquarians at places like, I wrote down, flea markets, churches, parades, social events, public speeches. They just like to be around other people. They don't like to be alone. Now, since they are an air sign, they don't have a lot of emotion. So they don't get really, they just like don't get close to people. They remain a little bit on the detached side. They're not a very lovey-dovey type of person. They have a lot of phone contacts, email contacts. If you would need someone to maybe do some work on your home, like, or get your car worked on, or get a tree cut down, or have somebody come and install carpeting, you know, if you don't know who to call, an Aquarius is probably your best bet. They probably will say to you, like, just let me get out my phone. I have a friend for that. I know the perfect person to help you. In a career, Aquarius, they don't really like to get their hands dirty. They don't like hard work. They would, obviously because they love technology, they're the ruler of technology, they would most likely rather sit at a desk and work on a computer or something simple like that. They do better in working in groups or as a team player. I'm not saying that they're not managers or supervisors or bosses, but they like to, even if they are a manager, they would probably still work together with their employees because they don't like to be alone. They want to do things together. In a relationship, Aquarius will usually fall in love with a friend or get into a relationship with someone that they've known for a long time. They are not very emotional because they're an air sign. They're not very lovey-dovey or do all of these, romantic public displays of affection thing. They like to keep the relationship more on a friendly level. This may make them seem cold or detached, but it's not like they can't love or anything like that. It's just that they don't have a lot of emotion in them. They are also attracted to unusual or unique people. It's someone that they're curious about. Like, I want to know more about that person. That's what attracts them. If they are unhappy in a relationship, they will walk away. Let me put it this way. If they get into a relationship with someone, they will stay in a relationship for life. But there's always things that can happen in any relationship that, will force a person to be unhappy. If they do choose to walk away from a relationship, they will most likely just never speak to you again. They can be cold and detached in that way. Like, they'll just cut you off and turn around, walk away, and never look back. Now, it's said in a couple of the books that their home is an unusual place, or it may be decorated strangely, or you may go into their home and see things that you've never seen. But I actually know quite a few Aquariuses, and that wasn't true for me, for what I know about the person, but I wanted to mention it because it did say it. Their home is known as Noah's Ark. They like to provide shelter for those who need it. Everyone is welcome in an Aquarius's home. They are known to have multiple friends and family members and things like that live with them on occasion because, once again, they want to help someone that's in need. They want to be around people. They actually like having people living in their home. Now, as far as their money goes, they may not be really good with their money. This is because of their tendency to want to help. They may actually give their money away or spend their money on other people because they want to help. So they're not really known to have a savings, like a large savings account. They might be in credit card debt, it doesn't have to be extreme, but they also have a fascination to like the latest gadgets and the latest technology. A lot of them will spend their money on those things. They're not an impulsive sign, but they are a curious sign. So if there's some type of new gadget that comes out, they might feel compelled to buy it, to check it out, because they're curious about it and they want to see how it works. But then after they've absorbed all the knowledge that they need, they might not even use the product again. So it could cause them to have some type of foolish spending. Finally, I have a few celebrities with the Aquarius sun sign, and that would be Oprah. You know how she wants to do stuff for everyone, right? She's trying to better the world. Jennifer Aniston, Ronald Reagan, Burt Reynolds, Chris Rock, John Travolta, and of course Thomas Edison, who invented the light bulb. Other than that, that is all I have for you today. Please don't forget to like this video if it resonated with you. Share this video with your Aquarian friends. I need feedback. I would love you to leave a comment with a percentage rate to let me know if this video resonated with you, 50%, 75%, or maybe even less than that. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos. Pisces is up next, more astrology videos, I should say. Pisces is up next. And with that said, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.